What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tino here on this Saturday afternoon as we got no football, we got no wrestling, we got nothing going on. I guess if you watch the Pro Bowl stuff, I guess if you're an NBA fan and you do all that, but here on Tino's Time, there's really nothing going on. At least until last night there wasn't going on, until we obviously saw the return of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson for like the third time in the last 5 months. And we finally got the face-off that we've all been wanting to see for a year, 2 years. Everybody wanted to see it. Well, I guess that's not what everybody wanted to see, because after SmackDown went off air, Roman and The Rock went viral. Everybody is freaking out. Nobody's as happy that because this man is not now apparently maybe not finishing his story at WrestleMania. Apparently he may be facing Seth Rollins. There's undisputed rumors going on where they saying they're going to undispute the titles again at SummerSlam. People think The Rock has now got involved and The Rock is the one that's pushing for this. There's just a lot of things going down here today, guys. So we're here to talk about all of it. And then, after we talk a little bit about that, we are also, because the whole point of this episode was, and you guys voted on this episode because I gave you guys the choice on what we did today, and you guys wanted to see me predict the Elimination Chamber match card in Perth, in Australia, that we'll be seeing, and the next PLE in the WWE. So, before we get to the Elimination Chamber, because I feel like everybody doesn't really care about the Elimination Chamber right this second, everybody more or less cares about what's going down. And everything that is happening is with The Rock. Jadis, what do you mean my audio's loud? And everything that is happening is with The Rock. All right, well, let's see. Jadis, what do you mean my audio's loud? Let's see. Let's see if I turn down the camera. Or let me turn down the volume. What about now? Check. Let's turn down the volume. What about now? Check. I don't know. That sounds a little better. Let me know. Sorry if you heard the echo for a second. No, I know. How does that sound now? Let me know, Jadis. Appreciate you helping me here. Let me know. I don't know why it is so loud. It is really loud. Why is that? Better? Okay. Well, if anybody, let me know if it is, and let me know how it is. So, guys, what's up? How are we doing? Sorry about that. Thank you, Jadis, for the help. I appreciate you, Jadis. That's why you're the GOAT. So, Jadis says, what you mean by most disliked video? So, clearly the footage of Cody turning around and expecting The Rock. So, what makes that not finishing the sentence? I'm kind of confused as soon as he said that. So, I'll explain to you what I meant in my video that I posted today and everything else like that. But what the most disliked video means is that it was the most disliked video in WWE YouTube history, which means no other YouTube video in WWE YouTube history. So it means that, WWE has had a lot of videos, and they just, it wasn't a good, I guess it wasn't what they were expecting. It got a lot of dislikes, a lot of comments, and everything else like that. And what I meant by my video is that he said he didn't want to finish the story at WrestleMania. But there's 2 nights of WrestleMania, people. Maybe he says he doesn't want to finish it at night 2. Maybe he says he wants to finish it at night 1. And maybe we see Roman defend the title on night 1. And then we see The Rock and Cody The Rock and Roman have themselves a singles match on night 2. Maybe it doesn't involve the title. Maybe Cody faces Roman night 1, and then Roman faces The Rock night 2. Again, it doesn't look like that's going to happen, but I'm just saying, maybe that's something that they can pivot to, or something maybe that they can do because of how bad and how outraged the IWC has been the last 24 hours. The IWC is acting like it's the end of the world, and they're acting like it's like the worst thing possible that could have ever happened. Which I understand that people may not want to see it, but how many people have been asking to see The Rock and Roman? A year ago, if this was happening at night 1, everybody would be going crazy right now. This would be one of the most main event match watched ever. but because it's not at the time that they wanted, and people are so invested on what Cody Rhodes is doing on his story and invested in finishing the story, which I completely get and everything. But you cannot say that people haven't been asking for Rock and Roman, and you cannot say that this is a match that they would not, and they were going to be trying to do if it was next year, if it was last year, if it was this year. They've been trying to do this match for almost 3 years now. So I feel like that, yes, it may not be what everybody wants, but then again, they're also looking at, again, what the Authority always used to say, what's best for business. So, yeah. But just want to make sure. We got Daniel in the house. What's up, Daniel? Cody. It should have been me. It should have been. But again, nothing is official either. That's what everybody has to understand. There is nothing official. There is no match made official and everything else like that. The only thing that we saw that was official is that we were seeing a press conference on Thursday, that we were going to see, and maybe it's official, maybe it becomes official. But until that moment, and until I see a graphic for The Rock and Roman at WrestleMania Night 1 or 2 for the title in a singles match, whatever, right now the only match that is on the book and is on for WrestleMania is obviously the thing we also saw last night be and picked by Miss Bayley, the winner of the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble. She decided to go after Io Sky after Damage Control. Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky decided to turn on Bayley, and Dakota was nowhere to be found. So that's the only match as of this moment right now on Saturday at 4:37 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's the only match that's announced for WrestleMania right now. So again, it's all about the money. Part of it is the money. But now about the part that people are saying The Rock is apparently taking over, and the Rock is the one that's pushing for this match. Maybe he is. Maybe The Rock is the one that's saying that, I want to do this match. I want to be a part of this match. I want to be this and that, and I want to, maybe this is the time The Rock has open. Maybe it's the time that he has no movies going on. We really haven't seen him be talking about the movies that he's been going on. So maybe this is the time that he has. And again, we have no idea where WrestleMania is next year. We'll probably find out on Thursday, or they'll wait till WrestleMania this year to tell us like they always do. But how do we know it might not be in as big of a state? And, maybe it's in Vegas. That might just be very well what they do. The press conference is in Vegas. I would not be surprised if where the Super Bowl is being held in Las Vegas this year at the Raiders Stadium, as we were talking about. We'll be here live for the Super Bowl next week. I would not be surprised if we see WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. Just like if you guys remember a few years ago, the Super Bowl and WrestleMania were held in the same stadium, and they were having themselves a buttload of money. I think it was the Cowboy Stadium. I think it was. But, so, maybe it is, and maybe that's what it is. But again, we have to also think about that, because it's just one of those things that I feel like you have to think about, because, I understand people want to see Cody finish the story, and I get it. But maybe this is just another chapter in the story. He never said, he did say he wanted to finish at WrestleMania. He said he wants Roman's title, but until Cody makes an official decision, I ain't going to get too worked up about it. And the biggest thing I always like to tell people is don't get too worked up about anything, because what's the point of getting worked up about it? Nothing's going to change. They're not going to listen to us. Maybe they do. Maybe it's a Daniel Bryan situation all over again, and maybe we'll get a triple threat match. Let's get the triple threat match. Let's not do the triple threat match. But let's see us get maybe a Daniel Bryan where the fans just outraged so much for Daniel Bryan, and then we see what happened, and we saw what happened with that. WrestleMania happened. So maybe we'll get Cody Mania this year. So I will also say, though, if you think about, we're going to go I can't even believe I'm saying this right now. How has it been that long? Let's go all the way up, and let's go all the way back to the 2015 Royal Rumble match, guys. We did not watch it on the Retro Series this year because we only watched up to 2014. But if you guys remember, Roman Reigns booed out of the building, booed everywhere. They wanted to see Daniel Bryan. They wanted to see Dolph Ziggler. I think Rey Mysterio entered the Royal Rumble at number 30 that year. Everybody was upset. Bray Wyatt was out there doing his thing. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. He was doing his thing in that Royal Rumble. Everybody wanted all these superstars to win. And what ended up happening? We ended up seeing Kane and Big Show go and do, they were, the Final Four, and then we saw some shenanigans, and then we saw Roman Reigns, Rusev hiding like he was Santino, and then Rusev was the final two, and then Roman eliminated Rusev. And then after the match, we saw Kane and Big Show go out there, and they beat the hell out of Roman Reigns. Roman was all bloody. And then who came out, everybody? If you can smell what The Rock is cooking. It was The Rock. Rock was trying his best to put Roman Reigns over. He was trying to help, but Roman was just getting booed out of the building. But the whole point of that story is, where was that Royal Rumble at? If you go and you go look up where was that Royal Rumble at, that Royal Rumble was at the exact same place that WrestleMania 40 is at this year. It was in Philadelphia. The fans were booing hysterically and outrageously. And I think Philly fans are savages, just like us Chicago fans. They're savages. And they very well might boo Roman Reigns and The Rock at WrestleMania. But if you're trying for long-term storytelling and long-term storytelling, that would be the perfect place to do it 7 years later. How is that 7 years later? No. Is it 7? Yeah, 7 years later at the same place that they were, no, it's been 9 years now. Oh my God, 9 years later, that Rock and Roman had that thing in Philly, and now they're gonna go back to Philly and fight each other. And again, why does not? And again, I said this in the video. Why can't Roman fight both nights? Roman talking about how we don't make tribal chief money. We don't want Seth Rollins money. But if Roman's making all this money, then you put him in both nights at WrestleMania. We haven't seen him in any. We may not see him at the Elimination Chamber. Put his ass in 2 nights. Let's see Cody and Roman night 1, and let's see Rock and Roman night 2. Ta-da! And then you have Seth Rollins, and we'll talk about the matches because I don't want to talk about this all day. We'll be here for a whole episode. But for a match that we could do at the Elimination Chamber, have an Elimination Chamber match and have the winner face Seth Rollins at night 1 or night 2, however you wanted to do it. So, yeah, let's not have Hulk Hogan. This isn't the retro pay-per-views, guys. So, let's see what else everybody's got to say. Chris says, what are your thoughts about Bayley and Damage Control segment? I loved it. It reminded me of Batista back in 2005 when Evolution did the same thing, except they didn't talk in Japanese and all of that, and I don't think Batista had to learn Japanese. But good for Bayley. She did it right, and she knew, and she was smarter. Like you said, she was smarter. So you think Seth Rollins beat Cody could also? Yes, I do believe that could happen. And again, I think this also, and again, it goes all the way back to the CM Punk injury. Goes back to the Brock Lesnar. Goes back to the Vince McMahon stuff. It goes back to all of it. If CM Punk doesn't get hurt, we're seeing CM Punk and Seth Rollins, and we're seeing we're seeing Cody and Roman. Guaranteed. But again, why can't we see Seth against Drew? Seth against Sammy? Maybe Seth in a multi-person match. I don't know. But why can't we see Seth do that and Roman just fight both nights? That solves everybody's issue. Cody finishes the story. We get Rock and Roman night 1, night 2. The great match, singles match, don't need a title. We see Cody come out. Maybe he has a little segment on night 2. Maybe we see something where he brings out the new type of winged eagle belt or something like that. Like, that solves everybody's issues. Everybody's happy, and nobody's crying on IWC like they're a big bunch of babies, and that we all live in a cradle. In a cradle, we all need to be babied because we all cry because they think that they're going to change what they got to say. It doesn't make any sense to me. Bayley will finish her story before Cody. She very well might. Yes, maybe Triple H is. But again, Triple H also knows what's best for business. I mean, because people are upset and people have been so invested in the Cody Rhodes story that everybody is worried and everybody is mad that they are not getting and they're not finishing the story the way that they wanted it to be done. So again, the biggest thing I will say, and the biggest thing I agree with all of this that everybody is saying, is the Royal Rumble really doesn't mean anything then if he does go and face, and if he does not pick to face a champion. Again, we don't know who he's picking. We don't know if he's picking Roman. He didn't say. He said WrestleMania. But WrestleMania is 2 nights, guys. Again, maybe he didn't finish the sentence. like he didn't finish the story. So we'll have to see what happens on Monday Night Raw. We'll have to see what happens at Thursday. We'll be here live Thursday for that press conference. We're going to come here live, hang out for it. Probably be like an hour, so we'll hang out. We'll talk a little. We'll see what happens, and if it does become official, then we could talk differently about how everything about this and that. But the fact that it is the most disliked video, people have been wanting to see this match for years, and now that it's finally happening, nobody's happy about it because it isn't on the time that they wanted it to be. And shout out to the Mr. Professor, because he's the guy, and I literally listened to something right before I went live here, and I took a few of what I just said from him, but everything that he said was absolutely right. So if you have a chance, go check out the Mr. Professor, and he has a good video on his thoughts about this too. And I agree with him. Everybody wanted to see this a few years ago. Everybody was so happy, and everybody was ready. And then all of a sudden, because Cody Rhodes didn't do what Cody Rhodes, this and that, and again, I feel bad for Cody. I think that, they do feel like, and I do feel like that the title that Cody should win is the title that Roman has, and I do agree with that. I don't think he should go to face Seth Rollins. I agree with that. I agree with all of it, but again, no matter what we do here, they're not going to change it, so why am I going to freak out? Why am I going to worry about it when I have other things to worry about, and I'm still going to be here watching the pay-per-views either way? We're all going to be here watching it either way, guys. It's not like, again, and the people that stop watching, I get it, but like, I'm not going to stop watching either way. I'll just watch Rock and Roman and enjoy it. And if Cody and Seth want to go at it for the fourth time, then, I don't know. What are you going to tell me, brother? Eagles fans are bad. They'll flip. Yeah. We may get a lot of flipping. How does all of this help Cody is my question. I think that's the biggest thing. I feel like that's the biggest thing that everybody is like, how does this help Cody? And in a way, it does kind of hurt Cody, and it does make him look a little, JD from New York called him Cluck Rhodes, so I'm not going to call him that, but, I think it does definitely hurt him, but we still don't know. Anything is not official. So why are we all going to assume right now? Because you know what they say when we all assume. It makes an ass out of you and me. So let's not all assume right now what's going to happen, and let's just play it out, enjoy the weekend, let's get through Vengeance Day, and let's see what happens on Monday Night Raw. And if Cody officially says he's facing Seth Rollins, then we could come here when we come back for episode number 2 of the Road to WrestleMania episode on Tuesday, and we could talk about that. But right now, the only match that official is Bayley and Io, and the only thing that anything being said is that their opinions really don't matter, because in a way the only opinion that really matters is Triple H, Nick Khan, and the TKO. And yes, The Rock is a part of that board. Yes, The Rock has been pushing for this match. But how many people have not said that they've not wanted to see this match? And you guys know how much money, because even like somebody like my dad or somebody like the older generation will go and watch this match and watch the build to WrestleMania specifically because they love Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or people that love him in all of his movies, people that love his TV shows, people love that everything The Rock does. They're all going to go and watch it because they want to support The Rock. So in a way, people watch, it's money, and again, it does kind of come back to the money, but I don't think that's the whole thing. The face-off, though, after Smack, that's what I'm saying. That face-off was lit. I don't know why everybody was sad. When we were sitting here on Friday, when we were sitting here 3 weeks ago on Friday Night SmackDown, we were sitting here, and when The Rock made that comment, how he doesn't want to be sitting in a booth, he doesn't want to be sitting there, he wants to be sitting at the head of the table. The chat went crazy. The arena went crazy. The IWC went crazy. And 3 to 4 short weeks later, now The Rock's he's a sheep in human clothing. He's the worst guy ever. Nobody likes The Rock. Yada, yada, yada. When a week ago he was the people's champion. Cody said he got cheated, and he said, you know it, Roman. And again, maybe it's a part of the way that Cody's going to finish the story and take down the whole entire bloodline. Because you got to take it down, because even if Roman does lose the title, that doesn't mean that he's not going to get right back up and try to win the title back. So let's try to beat him down. That's why I'm saying That even if you want to do Rock and Roman night 1, if you feel like Saturday's the bigger night, do Cody and Roman night 2. You could have Rock beat Roman, wound him for Cody, and then Cody can finish off the story at night 2 of WrestleMania. So, yeah. But if not at Mania, where for Cody does that make sense? So you said Rock. Okay. So if the match does not happen, you brought me to my next thing, Jadis. Thank you for that. So I appreciate you. So there is something I have here that they said that they were possibly considering. And I want to give you my quick thoughts on this, because this is one of the things I do not agree with. So right now there is a thing where they are saying that we could be seeing a possible huge unification match at SummerSlam, where we see in this scenario, we see Cody Rhodes defeat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, and then we see Roman Reigns win against The Rock, and we wait until SummerSlam. And now they are saying that they wanted to do an undisputed unification match. Can we please not do that, because we literally just brought back the WWE World Champion? This is something I completely agree with everything. We do not need a unification match. I don't think we need to wait till SummerSlam. And again, the biggest way to fix all of these issues is just have a match and have 2 nights of Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and all the issues go away. So I just wanted to give you my quick thoughts on that, but I hope it's not true. But this is something that they said could possibly be happening if Cody does not finish his story against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So we're just going to have to wait and see. And again, we really can't say or do too much until until Monday Night Raw. And until we know more. Caster, Daniel Garcia. We got Daniel in the house. What's up? I know not the real Daniel Garcia, but I still appreciate you stopping by. So, R-Truth is Comedy Gold. Let's move on a happier note, and let's talk about R-Truth for a minute. R-Truth is Comedy Gold. Let's see what Mr. Leo. We got kicking it with Leo in the house. What's up, Leo? How you doing, bro? He says, I think Cody wins at Chamber with the help of The Rock. We get Rock and Roman at Mania because the feud between Rock and Roman will be predictable with the title on the line. I mean, that very well could be true. And again, I was thinking about it last night, and I think it personally would be stupid. But guys, we saw it happen with Austin Theory. We saw Austin Theory cash in Money in the Bank on a U.S. Championship match. How and why would you not put it past WWE to put Cody Rhodes and say he's cashing in his Royal Rumble match at the Elimination Chamber, and we see Cody and Roman at the Chamber? Maybe Cody wins, finishes the story in Australia, and then we see Rock and Roman in a singles match. I mean, that's possible too. Anything's possible right now. It's just me sitting here talking about this and that. And again, this isn't even what the show is about. We've been here for half an hour already almost. So we're going to start getting into the Elimination Chamber stuff. But I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on everything that happened last night. People be jumping to conclusion. Everybody be having a mental breakdown. And people just need to relax. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy Vengeance Day. We got the Super Bowl next week. There's nothing we can do until we know it, until everything's official. Go and destroy many superstars in WWE in 2024. Again, Gunther's another one. And that's the last thing I will say about this, is because I want to talk more about this on Tuesday. I don't want to talk about everything. So the last thing I will say about this is, if we do get Seth and Cody and we get Roman and The Rock, then my question is what do we do with Gunther? Do we see Gunther against Jay? Do we see Gunther? Because Gunther was supposed to face Brock Lesnar. If Brock Lesnar didn't do what Brock Lesnar had to do, the thing was for Brock Lesnar and Gunther was that Brock Lesnar eliminated by Dominic. Dominic faced Brock at the Chamber, and then we see Brock and Gunther at WrestleMania. Well, obviously that can't happen now. And again, that's not what WWE expected to have happen. They expected to have Punk. They expected to have Brock and everything else like that. So it should be really interesting to see what happens. But the roster is so deep, and this is another thing I will agree with people, is the roster is so deep this year that I don't think we maybe needed The Rock. But again, if this is when The Rock wanted to do it, if this is what The Rock had in The Rock's plans, then, they probably moved around The Rock. And again, everything happens for a reason. So maybe there was a reason why everything happened. So The Rock was able to get involved and they can build this story. So We will talk more about this on Tuesday, guys, but I just wanted to give you my thoughts and my opinions. We'll be here live Monday, so we'll know more Monday on Raw. But let's now talk about everything and what this episode was actually supposed to be about. And if you do have any more questions, I'll still answer them. But let's get through these matches, and let me tell you what I predict. The matches that we will be seeing. I got 6 matches, and then I got a talk show that I think we possibly could see. And I did make these before last night's Friday Night SmackDown, so some of them may not exactly happen, and we'll have to see. But some of them very well might too. So let's get into it. Continue, guys, to leave your comments, your concerns, all of that good stuff, and then we will get back to the chat after we go through all of these matches, and I tell you what I think the matches will be going down in Australia, and then we'll see when the pay-per-view actually happens, the premium live event. We'll see how many I get right. So don't hate me. Don't yell at me. Don't say your ideas are stupid. Just hear me out on what I have to say and just hear me out. So let's get into the first match, because we did see a Fatal 4-Way match last night with Pretty Deadly. We had Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. We had LWO. And we had Angel and Humberto. And we saw Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate win the match last night on SmackDown. Well, this upcoming Raw, we're going to have another Fatal 4-Way match of, we don't know exactly what 4 teams, but I'm assuming it's going to be the Alpha Academy, maybe the Viking Raiders, Awesome Truth, and then maybe the Creed Brothers. I'll say those are the 4 teams. Now here, and DIY maybe. There's a lot of tag teams they can choose from. So we're going to have to see what happens. And the winner of that Fatal 4-Way will go and face Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate on SmackDown, and then the winner of that match will go to the Elimination Chamber to face Judgment Day for those tag team championships. So in my perfect world, I would love to see the Creed Brothers win, and then to see the Creed Brothers to face Judgment Day. But I don't think that's going to happen, because I believe what WWE is going to do, because they're so hot, and because as our newest friend here in the chat, as Daniel Garcia liked to say, he said that R-Truth is comedy gold. So the first match I'm going to predict is, I'm going to say Awesome Truth wins the Fatal 4-Way on Monday, and then Awesome Truth will win, and Awesome Truth will go on to face the Judgment Day at the Elimination Chamber for those tag team championships. I believe that this probably is what's going to happen. Like I said, I would really love to see, and I would love to see the Creed Brothers win, but with R-Truth kind of being a part of Judgment Day, he just got kicked out of Judgment Day. Now I think it's time for Awesome Truth to get back together officially, and let's see them go after the tag team championships. So that's my tag team matches I got for the Elimination Chamber. Now let's talk about the Women's Championship match, and it is Rhea Ripley. I think we're going to be seeing Miss Rhea Ripley take on an opponent that I don't know how many people are excited for, but this is the one that's rumored to happen, so I'm going to say it's going to happen. Let's say it's Rhea Ripley taking on Nia Jax for the Women's World Championship. Rhea, Nia, the Elimination Chamber in Australia. I do believe that's what's going to happen, and I do believe that's what we're going to see have happen, and then we're going to see the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble go on, and they're going to be going on, and they're going to be facing they will be going to see, and they will have to face, and she'll go face Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. I think that's what's going to happen. So now let's talk about the other match that I have here for you, and it is for the U.S. Championship match, everybody. It is the one and the only U.S. Championship match, and we kind of saw this one teased last night a little bit, and I don't know if anybody caught it, but I definitely did. We saw Logan Paul have a little interaction with Mrs. Bianca Belair, the EST of WWE. So let's see at the Elimination Chamber, let's see her hubby, the one and only, the guy that just is part of the Bianca and Montez Ford show on Hulu. And let's see Montez take on Logan Paul for that U.S. Championship. And I don't know if Montez would really win it, But I think it'd be a great opportunity for Montez Ford to get a crack at Logan Paul and see him go up against Logan Paul for that U.S. Championship match, especially after we saw him do what he did to his wife last night. Let's see Montez be like, you don't talk to my wife like that. Go watch our Hulu show. So, Montez, Logan Paul, I think it could happen at the Elimination Chamber. Now, we were talking about this man earlier, Mr. Brock Lesnar, and it's going to be at the point, guys, where we're going to have to call him B, because we ain't going to be able to say his name because we're going to get yelled at by the WWE. But Brock Lesnar was removed from the Supercard game. He may be removed from the 2K game. He has been removed from all creative plans. And the guy that we thought they took over for him in the Royal Rumble was Pat McAfee. Well, it came out to be the guy that was on NXT. It was Mr. Braun Breaker that ended up actually replacing Braun Breaker ended up replacing Brock Lesnar. Braun Breaker, Brock Lesnar, got to make sure we say that right. So, if Brock Lesnar was going to face Dominic, and if Braun took Brock's place, let's put Braun Breaker against Dominic Mysterio at the Elimination Chamber in just a regular old singles match. And let's see Braun Breaker beat the hell out of Dom Mysterio and just spear his ass all the way back to the United States from Australia. I'd love to see it, and I know everybody else would. So, Braun Breaker and Dominic Mysterio in a good old-fashioned singles match. So, for this card, I do have, and we have 5 matches, and then we have one talk show. So, I'm going to say that there's a total of maybe 5 to 6 matches. Make sure I'm not missing one. I want to make sure I didn't miss 161, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm not missing one. So I do only have 5 matches and a talk show. So I don't think we'll see too many matches at the Elimination Chamber. Probably 5 or 6 like we have been seeing at pay-per-views, which is fine by me. Honestly, I would rather have it that way, to be honest. So that's just me, though. But the talk show and I did this, like I said, I did this before last night. So it's in Australia, and at the time when I was making this, I think we are going to get a Grayson Waller effect. We're going to get the Grayson Waller effect show, and I thought it would be The Rock. I thought it would be Dwayne, and maybe it still will be Dwayne. But maybe. We've seen Mr. John Cena. He's an advocate. He's trying to get WrestleMania outside of the U.S. He's trying to get it in London. He loves the outside of the U.S. I wouldn't be surprised if he moves to the U.K. soon. So, John Cena, Dwayne Johnson, maybe an Andrade, maybe somebody new, maybe somebody that we weren't expecting. But I do believe that we'll be seeing a Grayson Waller effect show on the Elimination Chamber to get the man out in front of his hometown crowd. If he does not do a talk show, I personally would rather see him in the Elimination Chamber match. But there's so many people in the Elimination Chamber matches that I think that Grayson Waller will probably do the Grayson Waller effect. So we'll have to see what happens with the Grayson Waller effect. But that's what I think is going to happen. So now let's talk about the last 2 matches that I got here for you guys for the card. And it is a men's Elimination Chamber and it's a women's Elimination Chamber. So let's start with the women first. And this one would be, and the winner would go on to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. So I got these 6 women. In this Elimination Chamber, I got Bianca Belair, the bestest, the EST of WWE. We got Miss Chelsea Green. We got the returning Naomi. We got the returning Liv Morgan. You only live once. We got Jade Cargill. Let's just bring her in big time, guys. Second match in WWE. Put her inside the Elimination Chamber. And then the winner of the match, I think that will be happening. And I think the winner of the match will be Becky Lynch. So I don't want to give away my full thoughts about why I think Becky Lynch is going to win, but that's just my early prediction. But these 6 women, I think would be one hell of an Elimination Chamber match. So you guys let me know. What do you guys think about this Elimination Chamber? We got Bianca, Liv, Becky, Jade, Chelsea, and Naomi. We could see Piper get involved if she still wants to work with Chelsea. We could see somebody else get involved. You know, it could be a good time in that Elimination Chamber. But the winner of this match would go on to face Rhea Ripley. Now, in this case, guys, Seth Rollins does not have a WrestleMania opponent. Roman is facing Cody, and Roman's facing The Rock. Let's just say Roman competes both nights, and that's what they're going to say on Thursday. That's what I'm hoping they say. Again, we don't know till anything's official. Oh, sorry. Had to cough real quick. My bad, guys. So, let's get in and let's talk about the men's Elimination Chamber. Because in this case, the winner would go on to face Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania. So in this one, I got Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, Andrade, and Jimmy and Jey Uso. So, just like I did with the women's, you put Bianca and Jade in the Elimination Chamber, you could have them build more up, and they could build up faster, or not faster, but they can continue to build to their possible WrestleMania match. So with this one, let's put the Usos in there. Let's see them fight each other, and let's see Jimmy and Jay continue to build themselves to WrestleMania, and we will see that happen. So in this case, as I said, Cody Rhodes will be facing Roman Reigns. The Rock, is facing Roman too, whatever the case may be. Seth Rollins, in this case, does not have an opponent. So I'm going to say, and I want to give you my thoughts because I kind of gave you away my thoughts for the women's Elimination Chamber. I don't want to give you my thoughts on who I think is going to win the men's Elimination Chamber, but I'm sure you guys can exit out yourselves and figure it out on your own. But I think that the men's and the women's Elimination Chamber matches looking like this would be one hell of a show. And I think if those are the matches we see at the Elimination Chamber, it could be one big and one banger of a show. So if you are just joining us, I see a lot of you guys just joining us here today. So I appreciate you guys. Let's go over this match card real quick that your boy Tino came up with. We got a tag team match, Judgment Day and Awesome Truth, taking on each other for the World Tag Team Championships. We got Rhea Ripley taking on Nia Jax for the Women's World Championship. We got Montez Ford taking on Logan Paul for that U.S. Championship. We got Braun Breaker ready to spear Dominic Mysterio all the way back to the United States into mommy's arms. We got a Grayson Waller effect with a big star like John Cena, The Rock, maybe Triple H, Shawn Michaels, maybe somebody to set up a match with Grayson Waller at WrestleMania. Maybe we'll see Austin Theory there. I don't know. Grayson Waller effect. And then, as I said, the two Elimination Chambers, we got Bianca, Becky, Liv, Jade, Chelsea, and Naomi. And the winner will go on to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. And then the men's, we got Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, Andrade, and Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, in the men's Elimination Chamber, where the winner will go on to face Seth freaking Rollins. And again, in this case, as I said, Seth Rollins does not have an opponent at WrestleMania. So let's get back to the chat. That is my match card that I have here for you guys. So you guys let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think it's stupid? Do you guys think it's cool? What do you guys think about it? Let me know what you guys think and what you guys feel and how you guys think about it. So let me know. But we got 14 people in the house right now. I appreciate you guys all coming and hanging out. I just have the bad memories of who? Of Rock ruining Summer of Punk. True. Do you make the roster bigger and if Brock? I mean, I think Jade's gonna go to SmackDown, and I think Braun might go to Raw. I really thought Braun was gonna sign on SmackDown, but he didn't. Bayley was heel for 1,576 days. That's crazy. The build-up going to be elite, the Pete Dunne team versus Judgment Day. Listen, I wouldn't be mad about that too. I'm just personally thinking about what they're thinking storyline-wise. And I think having R-Truth against Judgment Day would only make sense since Judgment Day just beat his ass and kicked him out of the group. I'm a happy camper that The Rock versus Roman is going to... See, at least somebody understands. Jordan, at least you understand. What if Commanders get Cliff Kingsbury? That's a good signing. I don't know. The Commanders are a disaster. That's what I'm saying. Braun Breaker against Gunther. Ta-da! Braun Breaker has a great match. Maybe Braun Breaker is the one to defeat Gunther now. Maybe. No, but I like the Dom versus Ray match. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that could happen. We could see. And what if, hypothetically, we saw it happen with Seth Rollins last year, guys, in the Elimination Chamber. Remember, Seth was feeling good. He was doing his thing. He was kicking everybody's ass. And who comes into the Elimination Chamber? None other than Mr. Logan Paul, and cost this Seth Rollins his opportunity to main event WrestleMania as the world champion. Well, what if that happens in the men's Elimination Chamber? What if Rey Mysterio returns and he comes back and hits Dominic, and we see them lead up to the WrestleMania match? Or, and again, maybe that's if Dominic is in the Elimination Chamber. Or what if Dominic just comes out after Braun Breaker beats Dominic's ass, and then we see Dominic and it be official for that? So we'll have to see. The Rock, if you get some, well, The Rock is cooking. Bayley and John Cena. Where's the men's Elimination Chamber? Like, who's going to be? I think LA Knight could be in it too. I wouldn't mind to see LA Knight in it. I think there's a lot of guys. I just put together 6 guys I think possibly could be in it. I would not mind to see LA Knight be in it. How many matches you think for the Chamber? Jadis. Have we ever seen Triple H be the guy that's going to put on 9 matches at a pay-per-view? We are literally probably going to be seeing 6 matches. 6 matches. I'll say at most. No, boring Roman. The Rock is going to put him in his place. Troll. Tino, can we talk about who Logan Paul's next opponent is going to be? You think Montez versus Logan? Well, the only reason why it says Montez and Logan is because what Logan said to Bianca last week. And I think that could be a way to get Montez possibly part of that singles run that they've been wanting him to do for so long. But again, we saw B-Fab join up with the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley yesterday. So we'll have to see. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1.63K, everybody. We love to see it. And if you guys have not yet, while we are sitting here, while we're looking at that, we're at 1,638 subscribers, everybody. So we are inching closer. We are 62 subscribers away to 1,700. So if you have not yet, guys, hit that subscribe button. Continue to support your boy Tino. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this episode. Do you want to see more of these? What do you guys think? No, Jadis. He's reading his script. Wait, what? What script? I don't got a script. I just got a thumbnail that I made. Seth has Cody. Well, again, it's not official. Nothing's official yet. Yes, I believe Bayley will be a babyface, but I hope Bayley stays as the character that she is, and I hope we don't see Bayley be doing some crazy shenanigans type stuff, and I really hope we don't see Bayley going to be bringing back the inflatable tube men. We don't need the inflatable tube men back. I think your match card fantasy booking could happen, but how do the storylines going to build up for your fantasy? Well, this match has kind of already been building up with Judgment Day taking out R-Truth. We've seen Mommy and we've seen Nia Jax kind of have a few interactions, and Nia Jax wants the women's title. Logan Paul literally just dissed his wife last night and was like, I love you, big fan, but get out of my office. We got Braun Breaker now just becoming the next Brock Lesnar, so why not just put Braun Breaker and have him do what Brock Lesnar was going to do to Dominic? Grayson Waller needs to be in front of his hometown fan in some sort of capacity, so put Grayson Waller in the Grayson Waller effect. Or, again, as I said, I wouldn't mind Grayson Waller in the Elimination Chamber match. So now the Elimination Chamber match. We got Becky most likely going to win. You could set up Jade and Bianca. Maybe we see Liv go into a rivalry with Chelsea or something like that. Maybe Naomi does a little couple moves, you know. I think it would be a great showcase for all of these women. And then, as I said, for the men's, we could take out Bobby and put LA Knight in. We could take out Andrade and put other people in. We could take Jimmy or Jay out. We could take Sammy out. We could put all of these guys. We could put 6 other guys into the Elimination Chamber match. I think it would be a great way, and I think it would be a great match. It all honestly just depends on who is going to go and who is going to be in Australia. Yes, Temple. Social media is having themselves a little bit and too much of a meltdown, bro. They all and everybody, I don't care who you are, everybody needs to relax. Everybody needs to take a chill pill. And everybody just needs to understand that we can't do nothing. They don't care what we got to say. Maybe they do, but in reality, most likely they don't. They're going to do what they want. They're going to do what's best for business. And they very well have had this planned. And we just now are just finding out. So, again, we can't do nothing about it. So don't go on internets. Don't be calling people out. Don't be calling people names just because you're mad that, your favorite superstar isn't winning. Well, I never said Liv's winning the chamber. I just think it would be great to see Liv beat the shit out of people inside the chamber. Whenever I say yes, sir, we always get closer. Yes, sir, Jadis. Yes, sir. We are 2 subscribers away to 1640, everybody. So if you have not yet hit that subscribe button, Bailey attacks Asuka and Kairi Sane next Friday, so they get involved. The question for that, though, and the question I want to ask you guys is, who does Dakota side with? That's my question. Who does Dakota Kai side with? Let me know. Give me some matches you want to see from Braun. I'm going to say Braun, LA Knight. Well, I think Braun and LA Knight actually had a match in NXT. But Braun and Seth, Braun and Gunther, Braun and Roman, Braun and Cody, Braun and Gable, Braun and Truth, Braun and Judgment Day, all of Judgment Day, Priest, Balor, JD. I mean, we could go on and on. Braun and Logan, Braun and Dominic too. Braun and Seth, Braun and Cody. I think I may have said that already. I mean, shit. Bring out Undertaker for one more match. Put Braun versus Undertaker. Let's not really do that. I was just kidding. I was being silly, as Lamar likes to say. Liv will have her moment. Yes, she will. But Jade probably will have her moment first. And I do believe that is the match we're going to see at WrestleMania, is Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. Bailey. It's okay. In a couple years when they come back to us, we won't be there anymore. Who? Who's going to come back? Braun versus Drew. Braun versus Tino. Braun versus Scott. We could do Braun versus Theory. We could do Braun versus Waller. Braun versus Dragon Lee, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne. Even though we've seen a few of those matches already in NXT, we could do Braun and Finn. Like I said, there's so many. Braun and Kofi, Braun and Woods. I go on and on, and on. Braun has so many different opponents to face. But guys, after talking here and after being live for almost an hour, that's all I got for you. And that is everything that I got to say right now about everything that's going on. As I said, we'll talk more about it on Tuesday when we're live for the road to the WrestleMania 40. As we are continuing the road to WrestleMania 40. We'll also be here live next week for the press conference, the press event, whatever the heck that is. It starts on Peacock, I think at like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So we will be here live for that. But before we get to any of that, guys, we got to finish out the weekend, and we got to get through tomorrow, which tomorrow is, guys, yes, it is a PLE, and it's not the Elimination Chamber. It's not WrestleMania. It's not Valentine's Day. Instead, it's Vengeance Day, everybody. So make sure you come and hang out here as we go live at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, as we are 1 week away to Super Bowl 58 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers, guys. Come and hang out as we may very well be seeing the last of Braun Breaker, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes. We may be seeing the end of Roxanne. All of these people, who and where will they go? Will they stay? We're going to find out all at Vengeance Day. So make sure you come and hang out tomorrow, guys, as we go live. And we watch all of these great matches go down, as we'll see the finals of the Dusty Cup. We'll see Oba Femi taking on Dragon Lee. We got Dijak taking on Joe Gacy in a no DQ match. We got Lyra Valkyra taking on Roxanne Perez. We got the OTM taking on the Family in a 6-person mixed tag team match. And then we got the main event. It's Eganol Dragunov taking on Trick Williams for the NXT Championship. So, guys, that's what we got going down tomorrow. Monday, we'll be having a retro episode as we'll be watching WrestleMania number 3 here on the channel before we go live for Raw. We'll be welcomed by our girl Gina over where she talks all great football. She'll be back here. We'll get her thoughts on the 49ers. She's a big 49er fan. So I know Jada, she'll have a lot of questions for her. But we got that. We got Raw. We got a bunch of other things. So next week's going to be a good week. And then next week, we'll have a lot more answers than we do right this second. So, guys, I appreciate all of you guys coming here and hanging out with me. We very well could see Priest cash in too. But again, who knows? And that's why I'm saying, if we saw Austin Theory cash in Money in the Bank on a U.S. champion, why would you not put it past WWE to say that Cody Rhodes is not going to cash in his Royal Rumble win at the Elimination Chamber? We've seen people put the WrestleMania opportunity on the line at the Elimination Chambers, No Way Outs, whatever pay-per-view at the time was before WrestleMania. And again, I'm not saying I like that idea, but I'm just saying, don't put it past WWE. I don't like that idea. I think that would be stupid. But again, if you're going to cash in Money in the Bank on a U.S. title, don't tell me that WWE ain't going to think about putting and doing that to have him cash in at the Elimination Chamber. So, guys, yeah. But, guys, that's all I got to say here for today. I got a few things I got to do to get ready for tomorrow and next week. So, that's all I'm done. We're done talking about it all. But as I said, guys, remember, we'll be live here tomorrow for Vengeance Day. So before we go, as I always like to tell you guys, go and hit that like button. Go and become a member of the channel. Go and get yourself some merchandise on bonfire.com. Go leave a super chat or two, all that good stuff. But if you can't do any of that, make sure you go and follow all the social medias on the ticker below. The Southside Boys, Southside Boys 23 on Twitter, Southside Boys on TikTok, all that good stuff. Go become a member. As I said, go check out all the perks you can get, 10% off of merchandise, and so much more. But as I said, if you can't do that, make sure you do these 3 things, guys. You hit that like button on this episode. Let's get to 30 likes today if you have not yet. We got 18 likes exactly. So hit that like button if you have not yet, guys. Make sure you subscribe as we are exactly, let's take a look. We are exactly 62 subscribers away to 1,700. So if you have not yet, hit that subscribe button. And guys, lastly, turn that notification button on so you know when we go live next, which will be tomorrow for Vengeance Day. And before I show you that, and before I tell you again to turn that notification button on, today's MVP of the chat, he was the one and the only. He was here for most of the episode, and we appreciate him always hanging out with us when he can. It is our guy, Jordan Davis. Jordan been here since day 1-ish. Jordan, I appreciate you coming and hanging out. I hope you've been good, bro, and I appreciate you spending time with me here today. So, Jordan, you are tonight's MVP, bro. I appreciate you. But, guys, as I just said, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn that notification button on so you know we go live next, which will be tomorrow, 6:30 for Vengeance Day. Guys, enjoy your Saturday. Don't let all the social media, don't let all the trolls bother you. Just enjoy it, and we'll see what happens. And we're going to play it by ear. So, guys, enjoy your Saturday night, and I'll see you all tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for NXT Vengeance Day.